Time to read classics. Zigong asked about a way to govern the state. The master said, "Give them enough food, give them enough arms, and ruler will win the trust of people." Zigong said, "If one had to give up one of these three, which should he give up first?" The master replied, "Give up arms." Zigong then asked, "Which should be abandoned if he has to give up one of the remaining two?" "Give up food." Since ancient times, it has been the law of nature that man dies, but without the trust from people, the state will no longer stand on. There are 9 principles that should be followed in governing either state or a family. To cultivate oneself, to honor worthy men, to love one's family, to respect great ministers, to show concerns for officials, to treat people as one's children, to attract various artisans, to show cares for people from afar, and to extend goodness for the feudal lords. Mencius said, "Good words do not have so much effect on people as good music does. Good government does not work so effectively in winning people's hearts as good teaching does. Good government arouses people's fear, while good teaching inspires their love. Good government wins the wealth of people, while good teaching gets their hearts." Mencius said, "The people are of supreme importance. The altars to the spirits of soil and grain come next. The ruler is of least importance." The highest goodness is like water. Water benefits myriad creatures without contention and abides in place deserted by all, so it is similar to the way. A man with the highest goodness abides in right location. His heart fills with great depth. His kindness is prevailing. His word is trustworthy. He maintains order in governing, displays his ability in dealing with matters, and sees moments to act. Because he contends with no one, he is never at fault. In ancient times, this is what happened when the way is attained. When heaven attains the way, it became limpid. When earth attains the way, it becomes settled. When divine being attains the way, it becomes animate. When the valley attains the way, it becomes abundant. When the myriad creatures attain the way, they become alive. When the lords and the princes attained the way, they became leaders of the land. Governing a state is like cooking a small fish. When the state is governed in accordance with the way, the divine beings cannot exercise their powers. It is not that they lose their powers, but that, though they have them, they do not harm the people. In the same way, the sage does not exercise his power to harm people. As none of them does any harm, they become in harmony with the people, and virtue will return. That the rivers and oceans can be the kings of 100 valleys is because they position themselves low. Therefore, in ruling over the people, the sage is humble with his words. Being in front of the people, he put himself behind. Therefore, the people will not feel burdened when the sage is positioned above, and they will not feel harmed when he is placed ahead. In this way, people are willing to support him and never feel tired of it. Simply because he does not contend with anyone, no one can rival him. The sage rules by empty people's hearts, yet filling their bellies, weakening their desires, yet strengthening their bones. He keeps people away from being cunning and greedy, and ensures that those with cleverness never dare to act. Deal with things by non-action principle, and the state will be well governed. The sage has no mind of his own, yet he takes people's minds as his own. To those who are kind, I treat them kindly. To those who are unkind, I also treat them kindly. In this way, the kindness prevails. To those who trust, I trust them. To those who do not trust, I also trust them. In this way, the trust prevails. When the sage lives in the world, he brings people's minds back to the state of simplicity. The people pay attention with their eyes and ears, and the sage cares for them as children.